Good day everyone, I am French Kathy M. Cagas, a first year college student taking a Bachelor of Secondary Education major in Mathematics. This is a tutorial video entitled Exploring Trigonometric Formulas, Derivation, and Real-World Application, which we will focus on the Pythagorean identity. But first, let me share my passion in mathematics first. Honestly, I don't like mathematics because I am not good at it. I have a hard time learning mathematics, but I always put in mind that if you want to excel in that field, you will put hard work and dedicate yourself for you to be able to achieve your goal. As time goes by, I found myself liking mathematics and I am hoping that I can survive and reach my goal. And now let us move on to the derivation of trigonometric function, which will focus on the Pythagorean identity. Pythagorean identity has three identities. The sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1. 1 plus tangent squared x is equal to secant squared x. 1 plus cotangent squared x is equal to cosecant squared x. The first Pythagorean identity that we are going to derive is the sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1. Let's start deriving our first Pythagorean identity using a unit circle, in which we have here a y-axis and x-axis. We also have here an angle, and we can call it angle x, or it could also be angle theta. We also have a point in our angle, the point cosine x and sine x. To derive our first Pythagorean identity, sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1. We will draw a triangle from the point of our angle, and the side length of our triangle will be the absolute value of our cosine x and sine x. The value of our sine x or cosine x might be positive or negative, but since we are dealing with the length of the side of the triangle, we can take the absolute value of our cosine and sine, and those are the length. And the length of our hypotenuse of this triangle would be 1 because this is a unit circle, and every radius of unit circle will always be 1. In deriving our first Pythagorean identity, we will gonna use the Pythagorean theorem formula. The a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. And our Pythagorean theorem formula is always true for a right triangle. So since our triangle is a right triangle, we will gonna just substitute the value of our sine and cosine in the Pythagorean formula. A squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. By substituting, we get the square of absolute value of our sine x plus the square of absolute value of cosine x is equal to 1 squared. And then simplify, and we get sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1. Since we already derived the first Pythagorean identity, we can derive the other two Pythagorean identities. The first thing you do is you will divide both sides by cosine squared x, and then we can get the square of sine x over cosine x plus 1 is equal to the square of 1 over cosine x. After that, it will result into the square of tangent x plus 1 is equal to the square of secant x. And then after, you will simplify to get the final Pythagorean identity. Tangent squared x plus 1 is equal to secant squared x. Let's move on to another Pythagorean identity. Same process, but the difference is you will divide both sides into sine squared x. After dividing both sides by sine squared x, we can get 1 plus the square of cosine x over sine x is equal to the square of 1 over sine x. After that, you will get 1 plus the square of cotangent x is equal to the square of cosecant x, and then you will simplify and you will get the final Pythagorean identity. 1 plus cotangent squared x is equal to cosecant squared x. Using the first derived Pythagorean identity, sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1, and we will use this identity to solve on our example step by step. Let's assume that the value of our sine x is 4 over 5 and the measure of our angle is in between 0 degree and 90 degree. So what could be the possible value of our cosine x? Using the first Pythagorean identity, sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equals to 1. We will gonna substitute 4 over 5 to our sine squared x. After substituting, the value of our sine will be 16 over 25 from 4 times 4 and 5 times 5. Instead of writing 1, we will gonna write as 25 over 25 because we will gonna subtract it into 16 over 25 to get our cosine x. So we have here cosine x is equal to 25 over 25 minus 16 over 25, and we will get cosine x is equal to 9 over 25. After that, we will get the square root of both sides. So we will gonna have cosine x is equal to 3 over 5. And since our angle is in quadrant 1 and it is in between 0 degree to 90 degree, and we all know that quadrant 1 all the trigonometric functions are positive, so our final answer will be cosine x is equal to positive 3 over 5. And now let's talk about the real world connection of trigonometric concept. Trigonometry in connection to the real-world application is somehow significant and helpful because you can calculate or measure the height of any object or things that you don't want to measure manually by your own measuring tape or scale tape. Using the six trigonometric function, we can calculate the height of any things or object. Here is an example. If we have a building and you want to calculate the height of a building but you are on the other side, the first thing that you will do is you will get the distance of the building from you. Let's assume that the distance from you and the building is 800 feet and the angle of elevation is 30 degree. We can use the trigonometric function tangent to solve the height of the building. So we have here tangent 30 degree is equal to height over 800 feet, and we get height is equal to 800 tangent 30 degree, and it is approximately 461.9 foot. In conclusion, from the very start of our tutorial video, we talk about the three Pythagorean identities. We derived the three Pythagorean identities using the the first Pythagorean identity, and we derive the first Pythagorean identity using the unit circle and a right triangle. We also talk about the connection of trigonometry into the real world application in getting the height of a building without manually measuring it with any measuring materials. And I can say that trigonometry is very significant as well as it is helpful for the people in getting the height or calculating the height of any object that they want to know. And I guess that's all. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something. For everyone, I am not an expert in trigonometry. This is just based on my learnings from our instructor.